On this computer. All right, hi. Okay, guys, welcome to our Sunday Power Plan. I love getting together early in the month. I actually would love to start, I don't know, like it's very hard to pick a particular Sunday and put it on your calendar, I think, versus always knowing the first Sunday. But wouldn't it have been cool if we met last Sunday? Because we're already on day 6 of the month. But anyway, we're going to roll with what we got. I'm going to share a little bit today of some of the training I've been taking, just a snippet, because I'm overwhelmed with the training I've been taking. But I think it will be very beneficial for our power plan. And then we're also going to just go through some planning in general. Ronnie is on day 5. I'm so excited. I know Sandra and Lisa Cook both just voluntarily ordered their detox, and they're going to start and do it together. And what I wanted to talk to you guys about, if you are doing detox, please tell the detox group. Go into the Vibin' and Thrivin' detox group and tell them. If you make a post publicly about, day 3 detox, here's what I'm having to eat, or day 5 detox, I'm finally feeling better, or whatever the heck you're sharing publicly on your page, that's cool. But the detox group is separate from that. So just copy and paste it and put it over in the detox group. The detox group, there's just such a big mix of people. And we used to only run the detox group like when we had a leader detoxing for 10 days and the group was active, and then we took everybody out. And then we would start a new group and we would take everybody out. But now we're just leaving that group up and running. So anytime you're detoxing, make sure you go in there. Anytime someone asks you about detox, throw them in there.
Okay, I thought it was still we were all getting taken out. So okay, we'll do.
Yeah, nope. Samantha, who started that group separately a while back, she changed that because it was getting I do it every 3 months, but to be honest with you, it was getting very hard to find someone every month that was willing to detox. So we've just kind of kept it open, and I just detoxed. I don't know, I finished a few days ago, I guess. And so I was trying to get in there and fire stuff back up. And I will tell you the beauty of that detox group. Well, let me tell you a little story. I wish Jennifer Zant was on here today. I know it's a hard time for her to get on, but I wish she was on, because she, in her stories a couple of times, has shown where she's taken our lifestyle mix and she's made it into like ice cream. And it was like in this little machine. And I don't know, I thought that was like, I just saw it, scrolling through and saw it. I was like, that's cool. That's a great idea. And one afternoon I was at Walmart and I was like, oh, I'm going to look really quick for an ice cream machine. Like that would be kind of cool. I'd seen it in her stories. It seemed like a fun way to have our lifestyle mix. So I was just kind of scanning Walmart for it one day. I didn't see it anywhere on the Walmart shelves. I didn't know exactly what machine I was looking for. I thought I was just looking for like an ice cream machine or whatever. So I just let it go. But then one day she mentioned that she was so excited she had bought this Ninja ice cream, Ninja Freeze or whatever it was called, and that there was a Facebook group for it, and she was learning all these recipes. I immediately was like, there's a Facebook group for this? This is like a thing? And did you look them up too? You looked up the Ninja Freeze based off just seeing it in her stories and hearing her talk about it? And the reason I want to share that story with you is because Jennifer wasn't selling the Ninja Freeze, right? She was just using it daily. I was picking that up in her stories. I thought it seemed like a neat idea. It planted enough of a seed with me that I thought about picking one up at Walmart, but I didn't really know what I was looking for at that time. But then randomly again down the road, I picked up that she was using it. I picked up the name of it. And then I heard there was a whole Facebook group about it. And I was like, what? Then I needed all the information possible. This was something that was so, I don't know, big or exciting or whatever. There was a whole Facebook group about it. I wanted to know. So why am I telling you this? Because when somebody puts a Facebook post up about, or a story up about, I'm doing detox, I'm having shrimp for lunch, I had this for dinner, I'm feeling great, I'm feeling rough these first few days, whatever, you're like dripping your detox story into your Instagram stories or whatever, or your post. You're planting seeds. You may not know it, you're planting seeds. But where we struggle and fail and screw up is when somebody then says to us, oh, what's this detox about? I'm guilty of this. I'm changing my ways, but I'm guilty about this in the past. You copy and paste every possible bit of information about detox that you possibly can, right? I mean, do you guys not get excited? Do you not immediately be like, oh my God, we got to use your customer account. We got to do it. When in reality, the person just said, what's this detox thing? What if you wrote back and said, oh, it's this thing I've been doing every 3 months. It's amazing. There's a whole Facebook group about it. I'll add you to it and you can peek on it. There's a whole Facebook group. There's a whole group of people that do this. I didn't even know this existed until today. Now you're telling me there's a whole group of people that do this? That is the exact reaction I had to that damn Ninja Freeze. I was like, well, there's a whole group of people doing this. I need to know about it. Right? So start, and I know I say this a lot, and I know it's crazy. I know it's hard. I know when I say these things, they're hard because I struggle with them too. Put yourself in the customer's shoes. Only answer the questions they're asking you. When somebody says, well, what's this detox about? Or what's this Thrive about? Every downline on here has a customer group. I don't know if every downline on here has a separate detox group, but if you don't, ask your leaders or find one. Because that's where people can go and get nosy and start asking questions. And so let me back up. Based on the whole I'm gonna have to tell Jennifer this whole story, but based on the whole Ninja Freeze situation, this last time when I did detox, a few people reached out, what's this detox about? Oh my gosh, it's this thing I do every few months. I absolutely, it's so hard, but I love it. There's a whole group about it. Let me just throw you in there and you can learn about it. I just put them in the group. First I told them I was going to do it and I put them in the group. And then I specifically went in and I would find a post about, with some people would be like, what's it about? Do you have to eat certain things? Or what's it about? Is it hard? Or what's it about? I don't know, they like kind of depending on if they asked extra questions, I would tag them in specific things in that group, maybe the grocery list, maybe a recipe idea, maybe a before and after. So that not only fired up the group, which is great, but it also got them in the group and started looking. So if Jennifer had said to me, yeah, there's a whole Facebook group about it. I'll tag you in my 2 favorite recipes. And she went in and tagged me, I would immediately be looking at those recipes, which would immediately get me in the group, which would immediately, because I'm nosy, start scrolling, right? So you have this resource as a customer page. You have this resource as a detox customer page. So exact same thing. What's this Thrive about? Oh my gosh, it's the vitamins that'll change my life. And I know that sounds weird, but there's a whole Facebook group about it. I'll add you to it. You can learn, you can peek around, whatever you feel comfortable saying, right? And then maybe they commented on your story or your post and it was about weight loss, or they commented on your post and it was about brain fog or achy joints or whatever the heck, right? You can add them to the group, invite them to the group, and then you can start tagging them. Like maybe they talked to you about, maybe they commented on, like I've done some posts recently about Move Gel. Maybe they commented about that. I know in our customer group, I have a live from December, Christmas, 12 days of Christmas is what I'm trying to think of. Where I talk about Move. I could tag them in that, right? So again, it's going to get them in the group and get them being nosy. Now, you don't just drop it and leave it right there, obviously, right? Like now you're conversing with these people. Hey, I added you to the group. I tagged you in a couple of things I thought you'd be interested in. You wait a few days. Hey, did you check out that recipe, or did you try that recipe yet? Or did you see that grocery list? Did that look like something you could do? Like then you can really start having a conversation without being like, oh, well, detox, it's for heavy metals. And the ingredients actually go in and they bind to the things and they pull them out. And then you take the nighttime capsules and right. Like, do we not do that? Like, I'm so guilty of that. This is such an easier way. All of the things you need to be successful are already set up and ready to go for you. That's basically going to be my point today with our power plan. When you are thinking ahead, when you're planning, when you're setting your goals, don't overwork yourself. Don't overthink everything. The system is already in place. Okay. So utilize your customer group, utilize the heck out of your customer group. And then with that, I'll get back to our regularly scheduled. Yes. KISS, keep it simple, sassy. We'll call it further back because I know what it's supposed to say. All right. I pulled out some things from, you guys all know I work out of my binder. For those of you in Dream Team, we are going to have a training on Wednesday at noon. Miss Lisa Cook is actually going to go through and share with you how I learned to put my binder together because I learned from her. So she's going to share it. But I pulled out some of the papers that I use on a daily basis from my binder so that you could get these papers in your own hands and get yourself set up. Because remember, on the Sunday Power Plan, we like to talk about the whole month as a goal. Well, one of the things that I have every day is my planner. This is just my planner. I created it in Canva. If you would like a link to the blank thing, shoot me a message. Don't put it on the chat here because I won't see it when we get off here. Actually, send it to me in the old FB. I will send you a blank. I always have, and I print these at home because I'm cheap. Every month I start off with a new sample tracker. I just have one sample out and it's the 6th of the month, so I got to get jiggy. This is not out of the cloud. This is off of Facebook. I think I found it in Freedom Thrivers. Susan, maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong. But this is a really handy tracker to have. You put the person's name. Did you send the sample? Are they in the three-way chat? Did they receive the sample? Did you put them in the customer group? We were just talking about that. Have they seen your instructional video? Have you done your follow-up and did they order yet? This is a really great thing to have. And again, I just hole punch it, put it in my binder. The other thing, and I think I showed this the other day, it's the personal auto ship tracker. It's where you can keep track of who's auto shipping and what day. And remember, this is a live moving piece of information because auto ships will move around. Susan says, I created that years ago, but it probably will take a while to search. Let me go repost it. Okay, thank you, Susan. Sample tracker is awesome. So you don't, I think it's what you meant, lose people. Yes, because you guys, we do lose people. Your brain, at least my brain, I shouldn't say your brain, my brain, it loses people. And the sample tracker is a great, same with the auto ship tracker, it's a great way to do it. And then obviously the one piece of content that you guys should all have in your binder is your 54321. Again, I print those off at home. I just like a cute binder, I guess. I print this stuff off, but you know what works really good for this too? For those of you that maybe don't have a printer, it's called a notebook. It's just pages, lots of pages. And you can do that. And some people's brains work better that way too. So you choose what works for you. Some other tidbits of information that I want to, let me see, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully this goes well because, you know, sometimes that's not, doesn't pan out. All right. So how many of you get really hung up when somebody's like, you think they're getting ready to buy? You're like, oh my gosh, did you know in the back of your cloud, not even in the back, where's it at? Oh, it logged me out. Hold the phone. Under resources, under training materials, I'm going to show you some things that came out of this area of your cloud. So the first one is this closing statements. If you get your order placed today, you'll get $25 off. Plus, you'll be set up for the to be thriving instead of surviving. That's a little cheesy, but whatever, if you need some words. Most people tell me they wish they'd start sooner. Are you ready for this game changer? Okay, awesome. Would you like my help getting your order in? I have some time right now. Like, how many times do you panic and think, oh, I think they're ready to order. I don't know what to say. What do I say? What do I say? It's all right there. Now, again, like I said, the first one I read, to me, that seemed and felt really cheesy. But that's enough to get me started. That's enough to get my brain working. That's enough to help me get rolling. Here's one for price objections. What actually is your budget? We have options. Or, okay, so if we get you the product at X price, are you ready to start thriving? Because I mean, that's a legit objection, right? Send me your info and I'll get the account set up. Or if they already have an account, send me your info and I'll get the order in right away. I'm so excited for you, right? There are words here for you. They're in your cloud office. My only complaint about this graphic is I wish it was on a white background so it would be easier to print, because I would actually like to keep this in my binder. Another one, we have questions that lead to the sale. Sometimes you got to ask these questions, right? Is there any reason you wouldn't want to order if you could get started today for $160? Are you ready to thrive with me yet? Are you ready to place your order? I can help you do so, taking advantage of the following promo, blah, 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 right? This is all right here, you guys. I'm just pointing out to you that when you start to panic, or when you think I don't know how to do this, or when maybe a new promoter that you've signed up comes to you and says, what do I say? And you're like, oh shit, I don't really know. What should she say? You got this stuff in your cloud. And again, I know some of these are not exact sentences that you would say. Please let them trigger your memory and let them help you. How many times are you like, I don't know how often I should go live. I don't know when should I be following up with people. You have a 30-day action planner in the back of your cloud. It literally will tell you on Sunday, let's go live. On Monday, I skipped a day. On Monday, invite a guest to the Tuesday night live, right? Because they have a live. Send out a 3-day sample, create a free account, invite a guest to a Zoom. Is this the most in-depth, detailed planner? No, but it's a pretty good start, especially if you don't know where to start, or if your newbie doesn't know where to start. Now I will show you page 1 for whatever reason. Oh, I thought it was upside down earlier. Hang on. There. For whatever reason, I think it's so that when you print it, maybe, but the very top page always turns upside down. But anyway, it walks you through the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for somebody who's struggling. Because if you noticed, underneath all of this, like invite a guest to the Thursday Zoom, there's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's also the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The other thing that's in there that I do have printed out and I do keep with me is the 30-day follow-up. Stop this sharing. Is the 30-day follow-up, because how many times are you working with your, I actually keep this right with my sample tracker. How often are you working with the sampler and think, oh my gosh, it's day 2. What I don't know, what do I say? How did you mix your lifestyle today? It's day 7. What do I say? What are you noticing the most? Day 15. What do I say? I really want to thank you for trusting me. Is Thrive meeting your expectations? Like, there's literally questions to ask somebody who's, for me, it would be the sampler, would be the first few days, right? And then after that would be somebody in their first month. Again, we're not surgeons. What we're doing here really isn't that hard. It just isn't. What's hard is getting past this. And so you don't have to even use it. You can use these instead. All right. So now that you know the plethora of resources you have, I want to ask you guys, and you can do this by either unmuting or show hands or whatever you want to do. How many of you find yourself saying a prayer or an affirmation or whatever it is that you like to use almost on a daily, if not hourly basis? It sounds something like, dear sweet Jesus, please bring me the right people. Please bring me the hungry promoter. Please bring me the person who needs to feel better, right? How many of us say that over and over, or we think it, or we feel it, or we're like, I'm manifesting it, I'm praying about this, right? Like, hands up, heads nodding. All I got on here is sweet little Shantae. She's the only one on here with me today. I mean, I know the rest of you are here, but she's only showing me your face. So I want to remind you of scripture, a little piece of scripture. And I, for the life of me, can't remember exactly what scripture, and I'll probably screw it up, but it's just something that I read a long time ago and I remember it all the time. Jesus will feed all the birds, but he will not put the food in their nest. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that a bird's going to have to fly out of their nest. They're going to have to go get that insect. They're going to go have to get that seed. They're going to have to dig around and get that worm, but it's all there for the taking. They just have to get out and get it. And so I want to challenge you all right now, starting today, no more posting and praying, no more talking to Sally for the 8th month in a row to see if she's ready to thrive. Every customer and every promoter that you need, they're out there. But they're out there. Right? They're out there. They're not people you currently know. The people you currently know already know that you thrive. They already know that you're a promoter. They already know you love this product. They already know that you think it's amazing. They already know that you think that you can get travel for free. And they already know that stuff, right? They're not the one, but the millions, they're out there. You're going to have to get outside of your comfort zone and get outside of your box to go find these people. Now, for some of you, that's going to mean getting outside of your house and talking to people. For some of you, that's going to mean getting outside of your regular Facebook circle and talking to new people. Oh, Jacqueline sent Susan the sample tracker in Messenger. Thank you, Jacqueline. So the reason I'm telling you this is because now we've had this conversation before about stranger danger, right? When you're looking at a new month and you're like, oh my gosh, I need 4 new customers today. And you immediately go to your follow-up list and you go to your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you start thinking about the person who sampled 6 months ago and they never came back. If you want 4 new thrivers, you're going to have to talk to probably 400 new people. And when I say talk to 400 new people, that's really hard, especially if you're going out your door to do it all the time. But you know, a really easy way to talk to 400 new people, it's this little black box that you carry around in your pocket or your purse. And there's these apps on it called social media. That's where you're going to find 400 total strangers to talk to this month, or depending on where you are in your business, maybe the next 4 months, right? How do you find new people? I actually heard a definition last week or the week before of network marketing, and I've never heard it this way. And as soon as I heard it, I was like, wow, that really, really simplifies things for me. I'm about to have a heart attack I about had a heart attack last night. My 3rd grade teacher reached out to me about Thrive. I was so worried about grammar and punctuation. That's awesome, Ronnie. Well, good. So your 3rd grade teacher has been watching you, and that's probably not I'm guessing not someone you see on the regular. I haven't seen my third grade teacher in a long time. I forget what I was talking about now. This is what happens. Squirrel, my bad. Does anyone know what Tammy was talking about? We were talking about getting out of our comfort zone.
What you had heard on Friday, or what you'd heard in your training.
Oh, thank you. The definition of network marketing. Thank you, Sandra. So, you know, a lot of times, so if somebody said to you, what do you do for a living? Or what do you do with Lavelle? And you probably wouldn't say network marketing. You'd be like, I sell Thrive, or I promote Thrive, or I help people, I help change people's lives, right? What the core of it, like, you know, everybody has, there's like the brief definition you would give somebody, and it was like the real technical definition, right? Well, the actual technical definition of network marketing, which is what we do with Lavelle, is we create networks of people and we expose them to a product or a service. Now, you'll notice that's a two-parter. We create networks of people and we expose them to a product or a service. You can't expose anyone to a product or a service unless you're creating a network of people. So your number one objective in this business is to create networks of people. I've said this for a few weeks now because it was from a different training that I just picked up one day. You need to become obsessed with people finding you, not obsessed with finding your Thrive, not obsessed with finding your free vacation, obsessed with finding you. You got to put yourself out there. And so again, like I said, for some of you, that might mean going to like a network marketing or not a networking meeting, or like Rotary Club, or volunteering at a festival, or PTA kids school. I joined Garden Club. So it can mean things like that, but it can also mean things like really getting out there on your social media. And first and foremost, I hope you can you say I do marketing? Yeah, you can say you do marketing. You market a product for Lavelle, absolutely. But the true thing that you're doing is network marketing. You're not just you can only market to people who see it, right? I say I work for a health and wellness company. You promote for a health and wellness company. Yeah, but yeah, I work for, yeah. And so that's the thing too. Like, so that's what I was saying. Like, you're going to have the thing that you say to somebody on the street, but I want you to know deep in your heart and up here in your head, what you truly do is network marketing. And you can call it whatever you want. You can say you dance for Lavelle. I don't care. But you build networks of people. And so to build networks of people and to build them quickly and to build them fast, you have to get out of your comfort zone, whether it's putting yourself in a room full of strangers, literally, or whether it's putting yourself in a room full of strangers digitally. And then from there, you have to start weeding people out. Because when I tell you, theoretically, to go talk to 400 strangers, you're not going to sign up 400 customers. Like, you don't want all 400 of them. Some of them in that group are crazy and they're going to drive you insane and you don't want them. Some of them are going to be haters. Some of them are going to be flat broke because their priorities are not led towards health and wellness. Some of them are going to be smarter than you and you don't know anything about health and wellness, right? Of that 400, you're going to have a lot of those people. Some of them are just going to want something for free. How many of us have dealt with that? People just want something for free. I told you all before, friends and family, worst people to sell to. They are the first group of people that think they deserve a discount because you have bloodline with them, right? So you're going to have to start sorting through people. So my advice to you, and I know this goes a little bit against sometimes what we are taught, but I'm fully immersed at this point in time in becoming obsessed with people finding me. You've got to lean into who you are as a human, and you got to share it with the world, and you got to do it loud and proud, and you got to do it multiple times a day. So I don't know if any of you, I hope none of you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, because we don't need to follow Thrivers, because again, I already know you, you already know me, we know what we're doing. I'm trying to make some business here, right? But if you want to peek, I have turned into a real REEL making machine. And there's probably 7 gardening reels for every 1 Thrive reel. But in the last 3 or 4 weeks, I have thousands of new followers. Now, thousands of followers does not mean thousands of customers, right? Out of thousands of followers, I have 1 new sampler. But I'm connecting with people. I'm like, I used to think that talk to a lot of people on social media. I used to think, oh, conscious comments, 3, 2, 1s. Woo. Oh my Lord. I have never experienced anything like the last 2 weeks in my life of commenting and commenting and commenting and commenting and commenting and commenting. But it's building rapport with people. And here's the funny thing. I'm going to go to the message. I want to read you guys a message. Last week I had three total, absolute total strangers that commented on my, 2 commented on my detox post. 1 commented on a reel, and it was a reel that I made back in May. And it was me packing up samples of Thrive. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the sentence. It's not a sentence. It's a paragraph. Oh, that's the wrong girl. Her name is Smith. Sorry. Okay, there's Katie. Okay, so when these strangers commented or liked, even as far as like getting a stranger that might like your reel, and if this could be a gardening reel, it doesn't even have to be a Thrive reel. But this girl liked, she actually ended up liking one of my, it was a Thrive reel, me packing samples. I said, hi, Katie, thanks so much for your comment on my reel. Are you interested in what I do or just being supportive? Either way, I'm super appreciative of you. I have literally copied and pasted that message to every person who has commented on basically anything I've done in the last week or 2. This girl in that moment wrote back, she's like, oh, wow, that was fast. She's like, I'm definitely interested in Thrive. I want to try it. Well, my teeth fell out. Literally, my teeth fell out. And they're all attached, but they fell out. And then before I could even write her back, she's like, I've watched some of your TikToks, and she must mean reels because I'm not good on TikTok yet, but I'm getting there. I watched some of your TikToks and I saw the patches and I saw some energy stuff, and I'm just really interested. I'm a recovering addict of over 2 years clean, and I'm trying to find healthier ways. I didn't even ask her any of that stuff, but I asked her if she was interested in what I do or just being supportive. Either way, I'm appreciative of her, right? I literally got that phrase, sentence, response, whatever you want to call it, from Jessie Lee from this training that I've been in. So I wrote her. So now here's the part where you start weeding out your strangers, right? Because let's just pretend you had 400 comments. Wouldn't that be? I want to say that would be awesome, but it really wouldn't. That's a lot of comments to deal with. But let's say you had 50 comments and you sent that message to 50 people. And let's say of the 50, 10 wrote you back, yeah, I'm interested. I want this Thrive stuff. Well, this sounds weird, but now they got to kind of work for it. They have to prove to me that they really want this Thrive stuff. Or are they crazy? Are they trying to find something for free? Are they trying to then swoop in my messenger and be like, oh, you should leave this company, come work for my company, right? Like, I don't know. This is a stranger. The internet is a weird, wild west, right? So I said, whoopsie. Oh, I almost lost the whole thing. And I was like, oh, we must have good timing. I just picked up my phone. Congratulations on your sobriety. Let's get you feeling even better. You can go here to set up your user account. And I sent her my link. And I said, after you've got that done, let me know. We can chat about the best items for you to sample and your preference on flavor. So I've given her my link. I'm not telling her anything about the product. I'm not telling her anything about anything because I don't really know if she's legit, right? I still don't really know. She wrote back, hey, it's asking me who my promoter is. Do I say it's Tammy or what do I put there? Oh, I'm like, man, damn, girlfriend's in there. So she says, do you want me to sign in as a customer? Is that what I do? I said, yes, you're going to sign in through that link as a customer. She says, thanks, I'm on it. I really want to try Thrive before I buy it. I said, oh, for sure. I totally was the same way. And then she sent me a screenshot of her new account. And on her screenshot, I saw right away she has $25 in credits. I said, yay, oh my gosh. I said, your account is $25 in credits already, exclamation question point. You must have caught a promo. First things first, though, what's your biggest health goal or struggle? So I'm so excited, energy, motivation. I would like to lose some weight, but I feel like I could lose weight if I had more energy, blah, 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 blah. I said, okay, I was right where you were, all of those things. I have a quick video that I made that talks about what's in a sample, how to take it, what to expect. I'll throw that out here. Give it a listen and let me know when you're done. I still have not sent this girl a sample. Now, old Tammy would have sent her a sample an hour ago. How many of you would have already sent her a sample an hour ago? Right? I mean, I can't be the only one that's guilty of that. So then I put the link in for my video. Time goes by. Yeah, Jacqueline, same girl. time goes, or I'm sorry. Then so I put my video. She goes, I'm on it. Like she literally, I'm on it. So she writes me back like 15 minutes later. She's like, okay, so I heard all about the customer part, and that's really cool. You can take half at first. So then it'll last even longer before I buy it and I get to really feel it. And I was like, she watched my video. She actually watched it. So this whole time, I'm part of it being stranger danger is helpful because if that was your Aunt Sue, you would have sent her the sample an hour and a half ago and you never would have heard back from Aunt Sue, right? I mean, how many of us have sent samples to people that we just knew? Can I share my, yes, Shantae, I'm going to share absolutely everything. I'm getting a workbook that's basically the transcribed trainings that I was a part of. And as soon as it gets here, I think it's digital. So as soon as it gets here, I'll have all that to actually share. Because it was intense. It was a lot. And you literally, there's no way to take notes. I mean, it was insane. Anyway, so she says that she watched it. And I said, awesome. What questions do you have for me? I'm still not sending her a sample. Am I going to go through coffee withdrawal? Am I going to get headaches? I'm not much of a water drinker, but I think I can commit. So I responded about the that there is a little bit of caffeine in Thrive, so that'll probably keep your headache at bay. Water's definitely going to be your friend. And then she said, how did I get that $25 and what am I going to do with it after this trial is over? And so then and only then did I send her a picture of the promo and said, you caught this promo called Back to School Rush. After your sample and you're ready to order, we can put the $25 towards your first order. She's like, oh, okay, that is so cool. And I said, the credits will last through the end of the month. She's like, awesome. I sure don't want to waste them. I want to get going on this quickly. Then I said, okay, what's your favorite flavor? Vanilla, chocolate, or strawberry? Like I literally got to that point before we even talked about flavor. Did this take a long time? No. Is it taking me a long time to read it to you with commentary? Yes. She says strawberries. I was sending the sample from home because I have a bunch to mail here at my house. So I said, I can mix flavors if you want. She's like, oh, can I do 2 vanilla or 2 strawberry, 1 vanilla? I said, absolutely. And then she talked about doing half in the beginning, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yep, you can do half for the first couple days. After that, we'll see how you're feeling. I said, I'll be here to walk you through it and make changes as needed. Only thing left now is your mailing address. She's like, oh, that's awesome. You're going to help me with this. And then she sent me my address. I'm so excited. I said, thank you. I'm excited for it. I mean, it just went back and forth. And then now I've got a sampler. She created a free account. I know her goals. I know her past struggles. Do you guys remember she said she's 2 years clean, right? So I know she's been through it. So I know different things about her because I kept asking her questions. I didn't just say, oh yeah, awesome. Let me send you a sample. Let me see. Oh, then I said, hey, here I go. I said, hey, we actually have a whole Facebook group. Would you like to be a part of it? There's so many good tips and tricks in there. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Can you add me? She's excited to be in this group because there's a whole group about it. It's a damn ninja freeze again. For those of you that weren't on here in the first 2 minutes, you won't understand that story, but I'm telling you. So then I told her I will get back to you as soon as I have a tracking number, because now here's the part where customer service has to start kicking in, right? I can't just do the dance. I got myself a sampler, right? I got to do some work now. So I packaged it all up. I took it to the, post office. I got the tracking number. I told her, hey, here's your tracking number. It shows expected delivery on Tuesday, which means you should start on Wednesday. Please let me know as soon as it arrives. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much. So this conversation started on Friday and ended yesterday afternoon with her tracking number. And now obviously her tracking number says Tuesday. So I'm going to be purposely tagging her, and I have this in my planner. I'm going to tag her in something in the customer group Monday. I'm going to find something about a newbie, something about maybe a before and after. I'm going to tag her in something on Tuesday, as well as shoot her a message. Be like, hey, keep an eye out. It's supposed to come today, right? Like I'm going to stay connected to her. So it starts off with, you're a stranger. I don't even know if you're legit. I think you might just be here to kill me or get something for free, right? Because you're a stranger on the internet. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to qualify. I'm going to sift down to make sure you're truly in it to win it with me. And then now that you are, and now I'll be your customer service. Now, why am I telling you all this? Because I sent that exact same message to 2 other people. One specifically wrote, I am ready. I need all the info I can get. The other one I had put on there, like the call to action was put a strawberry. If you wanted more information, she put the strawberry. They did not write me back. So I don't waste my time on people who aren't actually moving forward. So I will give you this verbiage again really quickly. Oh, dang it. I just got rid of my, hang on, hold please. And I will tell you, it feels weird. It felt so, at least it did to me. It felt so weird to send that message to someone. I didn't feel like the wording was weird. Like I felt like it was a sentence or two that I would actually say to somebody, but her comment on my reel, I think my call to action on the reel was comment ready if you want to try, something like that. And she wrote, one of her things was, her comment was, I'm ready to try. So old Tammy would have been like, hey Katie, I'm so excited you're ready to try Thrive. What's your mailing address? Or what's your email? Right. I just would have dove into that. But I stopped myself and said, hi Katie, thanks so much for your comment on my reel. Are you interested in what I do or just being supportive? Either way, I'm super appreciative of you. I gave her an out, but I'm also in her messenger, right? Did you ask a question, Joanne? Okay, I couldn't tell. So that actually got that going. So think about this. If today we got off of this Zoom and you went back to the last month worth of reels, I love the process. Sometimes I feel like I'm chasing people. Yes. The whole goal is to be hunted, not the hunter. So again, when I need to wrap this story up in a bow because it's gone on way too long. We didn't really plan hardly anything today, but I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helping everyone. This Katie girl who commented on my reel that I made back in May about Thrive found me through my reels about gardening that I've made all month long. She likes to garden. She finds it relaxing, right? Like that's how she found me. And how, I don't know how many of you have this process, or not process, but I'm sure we all have, even if your phone is different, I'm sure your app is probably similar. When I log on to Facebook or Instagram, I get suggested posts as I'm scrolling, right? I'm sitting there, I'm scrolling, a post pops up from someone I don't know. It says suggested. Sometimes I read it, sometimes I don't. I would say probably several times a day. I mean, would you guys agree? Do you get some posts like, I think they actually call it recommendation. It's different accounts that Facebook thinks you would be interested in based off of what you do, what you say, what you talk about. So let's say I spend 30 minutes scrolling and I probably see 5 suggested posts. Now compare that to if I'm scrolling for 30 minutes, how many suggested reels, REEL, how many suggested reels are you seeing in 30 minutes? Like probably 6 times that amount. Because they show you 3 at a time, right? They have 3 side by side that they're suggesting for you. And I can't be the only one. The second you click a reel, you're in reel land. You're like, funny, swipe, ha, swipe. Oh, I didn't know this, swipe, right? Before you know it, you've seen a lot of reels of people you did not know. That is why it is so important for you to be making reels. As much as I want to poke my eyes out with the damn reels, you got to make reels and you got to make a lot of them and you got to post them and post them and post them and post them and post them, because your reels are what's going to help people find you. These posts that we make where we write everything so great and we take the perfect picture, somebody might find you. I'm not going to say they won't. Somebody might find you from that, but they're going to for sure find you from your reel. They're not going to find you if every reel you have talks about your business opportunity or talks about your product, unless it's someone who is obsessed with health and wellness. Then Facebook may show them all your stuff. If it's someone who's obsessed with quick cash, or if it's somebody who already, you know who's going to see your stuff a lot? People who already thrive. If you're talking about Thrive and you're talking about Le-Vel and you're talking about Thrive and you're talking about Le-Vel, Facebook is going to show that to people who already know what Le-Vel is and who already know what Thrive is, right? And I will tell you the one saving grace about making all of these freaking, and I'm talking 2 to 3 reels a day. Hang on, I need a drink. 2 to 3 reels a day. Now, I think a year or so ago, we were all trying to do 2 to 3 reels or 1 reel a day. And it was incredibly difficult for me to get that done because I was stressed out about making a reel about Thrive. I was stressed out about making a reel that would attract someone to my team. When you put the focus, and I will tell you, Jessie that taught this class, she actually goes by the 10-4-1. For every 10 posts or reels that you do that are about you, so in my case, I'm going to use the example of gardening. For every 10 gardening posts I do, I'll have, or reels, I'll do 4 gardening posts that might show my DFT. It might show my shake. It might show my team. It's going to maybe show something, but it's still going to be about gardening, or the video will be about gardening. And then, so 10-4-1, 1 hard sell, 1 reel about my favorite product or whatever, your business. Here's the beauty of that though. That's what I was trying to get at. Whenever it came time to make when I was trying to make a reel constantly about Le-Vel, or I was trying to find a trending reel and how can I make that about my business, blah, 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 blah. That was so hard. It was so hard. Like I literally stopped making reels for probably 5 months because they scared me. I hated them. I put them in a box and I shut the door. Your camera is full of things you already love. I mean, I won't even show you my camera roll, but it's full of flowers, plants, trees, birds, like bird baths. It's full of that stuff because I take pictures of that all the time. I take videos of that all the time. It's already in there. I made a reel this morning and it was like, Tom was even laughing. He's like, how? Because he was sitting, he was like, how did you do that so fast? I'm like, well, it was just 6 pictures of flowers and I got 852, whatever. So I just needed 6 pictures of flowers and put some words on it. And there we go. It's so much more fun and so much more easy to make reels about things you love. So I'm looking at Shantae's face. Shantae, if you are loving, I don't know, something in the hair salon world right now, maybe there's some new like trend coming out with hair color or whatever. If you're loving that and you're filming it and you're taking pictures of your clients, awesome. If your kid, if you are 1,010% full blown, can't think straight, can't do anything because it's football season and my kid is in football and it is all we were doing and my whole camera roll is full of it, right? Or I'm thinking of Sandra Dilbeck. She is full blown in the middle of decluttering and going from maximalism to minimalism in her home. And I'm sure her camera is full of, here's a picture of old stuff I found. Here's a picture of the dumpster we just filled. Here's a before and after of the laundry room that we just cleaned out. That's who you are. That's what's going on in your life. You don't even have to find a hook or, be catchy. You just need to put it out there and put it out there repetitively so that people can find you. Because once little Katie found my gardening videos and she liked the garden video, she went to my page to see my other garden videos, and then sprinkled in there was a Thrive sample packing video. And then there was more garden videos, and then sampled in there was a Thrive something video. That's how Katie found me. She didn't find me because she was 2 years sober and trying to find better, healthy ways, even though that's what she was looking for in the world. She found me because she liked gardening. Here's the other great thing about this, and then I'll try to be quiet about it because we literally got no planning done today. When you think of this business and who you really want to spend your time with, who you want to work with, who you want on your team, it's people that are like you. Right? Like I'm probably not going to run into somebody who thinks that flowers are stupid and that everything should be covered in asphalt and be like, wow, you're my best friend. Right? Like we're probably not going to drive real well. But if I attract people who are like me, who do like similar things to me, who have similar challenges to me, then as I'm building my customer base, which in turn builds your business, which in turn can bring on the opportunity for somebody like-minded to join your business, then that circle, I'm already vibing with that circle. So not only am I having fun making my content, I'm having fun interacting. You guys, I made a reel about pruning one of my house plants. It's got 1 million views. Do you know how many comments come with 1 million views? I can't even, I don't know, there's something weird on Facebook. It doesn't even show you all the comments all the time, or it's whatever. But these people are so, I have one girl who literally was like, I'm invested. I need to know how many days has it been. So I actually filmed an update reel and I tagged her in it. And I was like, here's the update. I'm like, I know you're invested. I'm like, me too. So she and I are BFFs over this plant. I can guarantee, well, she's a follower now. She follows your account or whatever. So I can guarantee she's seeing my other stuff. So I can guarantee she's getting Drip Thrive, whether she even realizes or not. Right. And I want to encourage you too. And I believe it was Amber that taught us this. When you are talking about your product, like when you're talking about your Thrive, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find a reel I did the other day, because I wish Sonia was on here, because she was, I think, the only person that saw, I posted a reel, and like, as soon as I posted it, I was like, oh, that wasn't good. That wasn't right. That was very salesy. Okay, so it's a little, just a video of me. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I'm opening and slurping up some Move Gel. Okay. My first video that I did, the words over my face, it was like inflammatory support. I don't even know what all the words were. I literally went to Lavelle's website and took the words off of there, because I was like, I gotta be compliant, you know. And then as soon as I posted it, I was like, that was very salesy. That's really salesy. So then I was like, Tammy, why do you take Move Gel? And why would the people who have started following you because they like flowers or houseplants or birds or whatever, being outdoors, right? I'm literally a 98-year-old lady wrapped up in this body. That's all I can tell you. Why would they like Move Gel? So then I changed it. And now the words over my, I just hearted my own video. The words over my face say, dig holes, plant trees, spread mulch, pull weeds, etc., without aches. Now, if you're a gardener, you're going to relate to pulling weeds and planting trees and digging holes and hurting the next day, right? So instead of selling, they always tell us to sell the benefits of a product. I am selling the benefits of a product. I am. But instead of saying inflammatory support or whatever the words were, that's on the PDF for Move Gel, I'm putting it into verbiage that my people is that they're going to get it. They're going to understand it. They're going to, you know, and it's so pretend you're this Katie gal. You don't know me from Bob. You've been following my reels. You see that I've got this garden that I'm obsessed with. You see that I'm planting trees. You see that I'm doing all this stuff, and you're doing this stuff at home too. And we're having this little digital friendship together. And then you're like, what's she doing? She says this keeps her from hurting after I just dug 3 holes yesterday. My back's killing me. And then in my actual post with it, I said, being able to dig holes, spread mulch, pull weeds, plants, etc., etc., etc. It's so important to my happiness as a human. On the verge of 49, my body has been through some years of abuse, and I'm doing all I can to take care of it. Staying flexible and keeping the inflammation out of my joints are my top priorities. If you struggle or don't want to struggle, this little gel packet is a lifesaver. Stay healthy, my fellow gardeners. Now, let's say the reel stopped them. Let's say the caption got them excited. They're going to go to my page. They're going to click on my link tree. Of my links, I have my daily routine, which takes them to my Thrive, my instant plant food that I did a reel about that I don't even sell, but I put a link to there because why? Because I'm offering value to people. And the third thing down is my joint support gel that I talk about every blue moon in my reels and on my post. And when they click that joint support gel, you know where it takes them. It takes them to my Lavelle site. So I could literally find a gardener in, I don't know, the UK who, for whatever reason, and I only say that because I follow tons of gardeners in the UK, and that's what Facebook feeds me. And I don't know what Facebook feeds me that, but it does. So maybe the gardener in the UK found my video, thought it was great, scrolled around, found a few more, happened to see that one. What's that stuff she's talking? How many times have you guys done that? And I know, and don't even pretend, because I know we all do it, especially all of us girls. You see those people where they're like outfit of the day, or my Amazon haul, the perfect wedding dress guest, like, please someone nod their head. Do you see these? Is it just me? The second I see a dress or an outfit, I'm like, that is so cute. I just know. Click their profile, go to their link tree. It's going to take me to their like to know it. I'm going to find their Amazon store, and I'm going to, how much is that damn dress from Amazon? Do I want that? That is human nature. That is not a trick. That's not a secret. That is just how it works these days. So if you can offer people a solution that relates to something they care about, and how do you know what matters to them? Well, because they're following you based on you. They're following you because they either admire you, they are inspired by you, they connect to you, they relate to you. Do you know how many 49-year-old girls are out there planting flowers and digging holes, and they're like, damn, my back hurts. Right? They're going to relate to that. So since we didn't plan much of anything, but we did go over lots of verbiage and we went over lots of stuff, I want to challenge you all, minimum of 1 reel a day about you. Not about your product, not about your business, about you. And I know that we've done a million trainings on our 5s. What are the 5 things that we talk about the most, or whatever. Most recently, what came to my mind that dawned on me, what is a meme that people tag you in or send to you all the time? What is a meme that your friends are always like, oh my God, Shantae, I saw this and thought of you. Oh my gosh, Susan, this is you to a T. I had to send this to you. And it's not going to be a Thrive meme. A Thriver might send you that, but I'm talking about the outside world, right? Remember, we love our thriving friends, but they don't, anything Texas, Sandra Delbeck, anything Texas. You could do an entire Facebook Reel series on the differences between Texas and Ohio. I've seen it before where people are like, the 5 things that surprised me the most when I moved to Italy. And they talk about the 5 things that were so different. You could do something like that. Anything shoe. Yes, blingy shoes. You could literally, so Susan, you could literally do reels where you show your blingy shoes, where you go shopping for blingy shoes, anything hair related. Yes. And so now hair related, I would say try to get, is it like color? Is it cut? Is it funny? And that's the thing too, like sometimes it's just going to be funny stuff. Like people send me funny gardening memes all the time, like the crazy plant lady. So lean into it, right? Lean into what you love and what you do and really put it out there. I'm thinking of Susan's blingy shoes. Do you know how many women love blingy shoes, but they can't afford all of them? Or they don't feel comfortable in them because they're carrying a little bit too much weight. And blingy, I don't think of a flat blingy shoe. Apparently I only go to high heels with bling. I don't know. But those people who start following you because they love your shoe collection, or they love when you go shoe shopping and you go into the big fancy stores that they don't have time or access to, and you're showing them all the things. And after 10 or 12 of your blingy shoe videos, they've like been consuming nonstop. And a couple of them, they've peeked this little sticker on your arm, or a couple of them, you were talking about how you're trying to pick which blingy shoes to wear tonight and you were drinking the shake. But then all of a sudden they come across one where you're like straight up talking about, I can afford these blingy shoes because I said yes to this vitamin or something like that, right? That is social media marketing in a nutshell, you guys. People need to know, like, and trust you. We've said that since I started 8 years ago. When I started 8 years ago, for someone to know, like, and trust me, it had a lot to do with me actually shaking their hand and talking to them. Oh, you want to know a real quick statistic? And I'm not going to get the numbers right because it's me and details are hard. But you know how we've always been said, I think we've always been told it's like 7 to 9 touches before someone will buy from you. Does that sound right? Does anybody remember the exact, what we've always heard, what we've been told? well, I'm about to blow your mind, maybe make a little bit of you sad. That statistic comes from a day where we shook hands, where we sat in meetings together, where we, you know, went door to door, right? We did those things. When you have a touch that involves actual face-to-face contact with somebody, that's deep compared to the touches we have on social media. 35 to 40 touches on social media before someone's going to know, like, and trust you. So think about that. That's why it's so important. That's why the 10-4-1 is so important. They need to see more of who you are, what you're about, what you love, what makes you you, that they relate to before they find out you're selling something. The only place where I think that number was slightly skewed was the accounts where people are literally trying on clothes, because there's such an intimate level there of know, like, and trust, because somebody literally just put on an outfit in front of you. Like, you see those girls, they cut the video to where you don't necessarily see anything, but you see them zipping up, or you see the back of their bra. Like, that's a level of intimacy. And I don't have that level of intimacy with my garden friends, nor do I want that level of intimacy. But so keep that in mind. So yeah, 35 to 40 touches digitally before someone is going to know, like, and trust you. So if we've planned anything, hopefully it's planning your content calendar. And before you panic and say, I don't know how to plan a content calendar, I want you to think right now, what is the number one thing that you know inside and out? You're passionate about it. You absolutely love it. You could talk about it to a total stranger. That is the one thing I want you to start making reels about. And I want you to start churning them out. I'm going to tell you one a day, but I'm telling you, I'm doing 2 to 3 a day. Yeah, unmute. Oh, can you not unmute? Can I unmute you? There. Oh, I'm trying to unmute you. There you go.
Okay.
You're unmuted now.
I was just thinking, when you were saying that, it just kind of triggered a thought into my head. And if you're in your Fives group pages, or whatever you want to call it, like on your Facebook group pages, I just realized that in my hairdresser group, they are always commenting like specific questions, like, what shoes are you wearing? What's the good brand of shoes that you're wearing on the salon floor, or whatever. So I'm going to run that.
Yes. Shantae, you are a seasoned hairstylist who also has salon ownership knowledge. So you're not just coloring hair. You can tell people, if you're going to stand on your feet for hours every day for X amount of years, it could be, oh, I almost spilled my tea. It could be the type of shoes they wear. It could be the hair dryer that you've loved all these years that have, I don't know, I clearly don't know how to do hair, that, makes it faster or better or whatever. And then it could be your favorite, when I own my salon, my favorite brand of salon chair, because that's a whole thing, right? Like, people are starting a salon, where do I get my chair? And then, oh, by the way, the thing I found the hardest was staying hydrated when I have my salon, because we're always so busy. So I use these thirst packets, right? If all you do is talk about a product, then people are like, oh, she sells it. But if you start talking about some things that you don't sell and you use from your knowledge, and then you sprinkle in something you sell. Mm-hmm. And I highly encourage, we're out of time. We're out of time, but I'm gonna do this. I highly encourage all of you to get a milkshake or a Linktree or whatever. And I've had one for years, and it has sucked. It has sucked so bad, because it was just like, work with me, my 3 steps. And then at one point I was like, oh, I'm going to change that. Get energy here. Okay. Chi Z with a capital Z, right? So now it is my favorite joint gel. That sounds bad. Joint support gel. But I only call it that because that's what I referenced in my live. That's what I referenced in my post when I was talking about digging holes and hurting. The reason I have a link to instant plant food that I don't even sell is because I talked about it and I shared it. So you can use your Linktree for other, you could get, if you want to get real crazy, I don't encourage anyone to do this, but there's a shit ton of affiliate marketing things. like I think even Home Depot has one where you can recommend Home Depot products on your social media and get like a kickback. It's like 3 pennies. So it's really not worth it to you. But if you talk, like let's say one of your things is construction or remodeling, or you're always redecorating and you're constantly at the Home Depot getting something, you could put on occasion my favorite things from Home Depot, because then people are going to see these are truly the things she loves. She's literally making it easier for us to get them. By the way, this one section is stuff that she truly loves. She's making money off of it. But people don't mind. You guys, hopefully you heard my damn lip gloss. This woman made money off this lip gloss, and I don't even care. I hope she made all of my money off of this lip gloss, because I love her, because she shares stuff with me all the time on her Instagram, and I think she's amazing. But if all she ever talked about was this damn lip gloss, I'd probably be annoyed. So anyway, this was not a power plant. I don't know where any of this came from. I hope you guys have a great month of August. I apologize for going off on a tangent, but I'm going to tell you, and I will encourage you all. I was in this, thank you, Susan. I was in this, it was called a recruiting boot camp. There was a $17 option to be in this recruiting boot camp. You can all, I'm pretty sure, still be in this recruiting boot camp for $17, even though it's over now. It was all done in a Facebook group. It was all done on lives. There was one girl who her live didn't work, so they had to do a YouTube link, but whatever. You talk full immersion. It was 1 o'clock to 2:30 every day with Jessie Lee. And then there was a 30 to 45 minute guest speaker. And then I actually upgraded to the $97 version, because I thought, Tammy, if you don't have $97 to invest in your business, what the hell are you doing? I invested in that, which allowed me into the VIP one-on-one sessions, which went an hour to an hour and a half every day after all the training we'd already gone through. And it also gets me the workbook. So, and Tom's not here, he had to leave, but I mean, bless his heart, by Wednesday, he knew when I got off of those, I just had to go sit down. Like I would literally either just go sit outside for a minute quietly, or I would like go sit in front of the television and not even turn it on. Like I would just sit in the living room, because there was so much information. It was a legitimate masterclass on business, not just network marketing, but on business. Everything from building your brand to how you sift through people, to how you create culture, to how I don't even know, to be honest with you. I'm every day on my morning walk, I'm re-listening to the videos. It's so much. So I would encourage you all to spend the $17 to get into that Facebook group. She said she's just going to leave it up. There's no reason to take it down. Because
How do you spell Jessie's name?
Well, she goes by Boss Lee, Bosslee. So if you search on the interwebs, not on Facebook, if you search on the interwebs, Boss Lee 5-day recruiting boot camp, or just Boss Lee recruiting boot camp, you should be able to find it. And it should be $17. Now that $17 does not include the workbook, but I think you can add that for $9 or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, she's a marketing genius, because the whole time she was teaching us all of the principles that she was teaching us, she was doing them. And now that it's over, I can go back and I can look. And let me explain something to you when I say she even talks about how when you talk to people about packages, you always lead with the first. And you don't work. So like that for us, that'd be the $800 pack. How many of you are like, we have an $800 and a $400 pack? And you're like, I'm so proud of myself. I talked about the big one first. Okay. She just talks about the $800 pack. And she talks about it until it's uncomfortable. Until you're like, either she's a nut or I'm a nut for not doing it. And what I mean by that is by day 4, she started dribbling. She was dribbling in from day 1, but by day 4, she got very specific about her coaching program that people can buy into. Her big package is $20,000 a year. And she did not waver. She talked about that $20,000 a year for 2 solid days. And I was like, that girl's crazy. And then it wasn't until yesterday on our bonus day, she threw in a bonus day for us. So Monday through Friday, I had all of that. And then Saturday we had a bonus day. Then and only then did she say, all right, I wasn't going to do it, but we do have, because that's called platinum or something, but we do have gold. So how often do you lead with the 800, but immediately go to the 400? Or how many of you lead with the 400 because to you that's a ton of money, and then you throw in the 200 package. You don't let it sit and linger and get awkward before you bring up the lower package. At least I don't. I'm always like, oh my God, I know 400 is a lot of money. We got a $200, don't worry. How many are like, I know 160, I know, oh, I know. You know what? I got $30 of credits I'll throw at you. Instead of being like, yeah, it's 160 and letting it linger. I'm telling you, anyway, I'm way over time now. It's worth every penny, all $17. It was worth way more than the $97 I spent. And I'm going to do my best to bring you all this stuff, but clearly I can't do it on a power plan day because I didn't plan shit with you. So anyway, hope you enjoyed it. This is recorded. It will be on my YouTube. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Bye.